Taiwan is a small island nation just across from China. And in this country, there are 23 million people. Some of the big religions in Taiwan are Buddhism, Taoism, and a mixture of indigenous religions. 95% of those, approximately 22 million people, do not serve Jesus today. And these people desperately need to be set free with the life-changing love of Jesus Christ. My call to missions first started when I was around 4 years old. I knew that God loved me and that love was real for everyone on earth. But I also knew there were people around the world who still hadn't heard about God's love for them. And so becoming a missionary really was just a practical decision for me. It just didn't make sense to do anything else. When I was about 10 years old, I knew that I wanted to be a missionary still, but I didn't yet know where it was in the world that God was calling me. And I was so anxious to find out. So I went to a kids camp that year, and I remember asking God one night after the service, praying very hard and saying, God, where do you want to send me as a missionary? That night, God spoke one word to my heart, and that word was Taiwan. I think one of the greatest needs in Taiwan today is a ministry specifically geared towards college-age students and young adults. Currently, Assemblies of God, the ministry I'm going under, has no ministries to this age group, and so the fields are wide open and the potential is endless. I believe if you can reach them, these students that will be the business leaders of tomorrow, the political leaders of tomorrow, you can have a ripple effect across the whole nation. And there's a saying that goes, as goes the university, so goes the culture. I think one of the toughest parts about being a missionary is just being away from family and friends and really anything that's familiar. When you're taken away from that support and your comfort zone, you learn very quickly and in a very profound way to rely on God like you never have before. God knew that I had a heart for adventure and traveling and meeting new people and sharing about His love and all that's able to be fulfilled in my life. I think the happiest place in the world is being at the center of God's will for your life, in knowing that you're not settling for anything less than the fullness of all God has for you. One of my favorite scriptures in the Bible has been Psalms 96:3. And I just feel that this applies to my life and applies to the life of every Christian around the world today. Psalms 96:3. Declare His glory among the nations, His marvelous deeds among all people. Wherever God calls us to, whether it's on the other side of the world in Taiwan or whether it's just to our next door neighbor, that we live our lives in such a way that by the things we do and the words we say, we are declaring God's glory among all people.
So I await the words that you say. I open my life. I'm longing just to
耶稣永远爱你. Jesus loves you forever.